Weekend reading, 2nd and 3rd of March. That's my story and I am sticking to it. Okay, we are also having the second half of the Almanac, Meditations in the Garden by Louise Press. So yesterday we covered with a reading which was entirely made up of reversed cards. We covered coming out of hibernation, coming out of the shadows, even though we're not. I think we're in between. That was what I was saying, kind of blinking into the light, like a bit like when the boy had to be got out of bed for school, that kind of thing, you know, that sort of, we're all like that. We're all sort of wandering, which is weird actually, because yesterday, I suppose you get a lot of uni students here, but yesterday there was a girl near the shop in full pyjamas. They were very nice. They had little red hearts all over them. And she'd paired it with a silver, of course I'm going to like this, little silver purse, little silver handbag, and kind of silver and red shoes. Looked amazing, but it was full pyjamas. I was like, this is a new thing. I mean, going down to the shop in pyjamas is not a new thing. It has become, and let me know in the comments section, is that a thing? In the UK, it is a bit of a thing. It didn't used to be. Like my grandma, my mum's mum, used to say you couldn't eat in the street. You know, you couldn't even eat some chips in the street or something. That was way below what was expected of everybody. And then when I used to take the boy to school, parents used to rock up in onesies and like pyjamas, which precipitated the head teacher sending a letter out, which was the most hilarious letter. It was like very formal, but also very ironic and tongue-in-cheek. And it was something to do with, your children are setting an example to you, turning up to school in proper uniform. Could you please follow suit? You know what I mean? I was like, that's funny. And I know that some people do slob down to the shop. Me, you know, I wouldn't go down in pyjamas, I have to say. But I've been down in some pretty terrible attire, you know, and some awful states of dress. But this girl was like in the nicest pyjamas, like it was a special outfit. So maybe they were doing like a pyjama jump, you know. But it's not Freshers Week. Let me know your thoughts on pyjamas to the shop, and let me know if it's a custom where you are, because you're all in different places in the world, and that's fascinating to me. Right, so the 10th of March welcomes the new moon in Pisces, which we covered yesterday. Think of that as turning up to the new moon in your pyjamas. Okay, that's the way to approach a Pisces new moon. Offering us a wonderful opportunity, she's going to say it a lot more glamorously, to take a final deep dive into the dream world, to retrieve any pearls of wisdom waiting to be strung into a necklace of opportunity for the year ahead. See, I'm talking about slopping down the shop in your onesie, and she's talking about stringing together a necklace as a pearl of wisdom. Then in March, we also have the spring equinox. Yes! I love the spring equinox because the clocks eventually go somewhere or other, forward or back. The spring equinox falls on the 20th of March, the festival of Ostara, where we find ourselves in perfect balance. Equi meaning equal, nox meaning night, equal light and dark, masculine, feminine, conscious, unconscious, rest and action. This balance, also we go into Aries season at that point, and then we do slough off the pyjamas and get cracking. So the balance and subsequent tipping point come at the moment in the year when we transition from our inner world of dreaming to the outer world of action. We are supported in these endeavours with more daylight for the task in hand. Following the equinox, our moon will be full in the shadow of the penumbral eclipse on the 25th. Woohoo! I am going to be doing a video on that, obviously, but it also came up in all the March readings for every sign. So have a look and find your March readings. There's a playlist down there and a shadow reading that's probably good to do after you've seen your March reading. Following the equinox, our moon is in the eclipse. The full moon in the sign of Libra. The harmonious energy can encourage us to spring clean. Will it? To clear the clutter and to cleanse ourselves in preparation for the lighter, longer days ahead. Clarity of thought and action is supported by a clear environment, Gemma. Okay. What do we need to know? I'm giving the golden wheel another chance, because you should never take again a tarot deck just because it gave you a true reading. I know. So you have to think of, well, this is how I think of it. I think of tarot decks like children, you know. They do bad things sometimes, but you still love them. Okay, so let's give it a chance. I'm doing a big girl shuffle here. We're going for it, because we're not going to say, well, you didn't shuffle them properly. Because I'm shuffling them properly. I'm putting them into different piles. You know, who knows? I might end up doing a messy shuffle, and we've got a little cloud of midges outside the window. It's not warm enough for that. All hitting my window as well. What have they seen? And we also have a jackdaw on the chimney pot. Hello, jackdaw. Oh, that's cute. Just the one. Maybe they're going to nest again this year. That'd be great. Love it when they do that. They're on the hotel chimney pot. The hotel, which I have still not worked out. Somebody's left, apparently, because... oh, there's a T-shirt. Ooh, okay. We have a single... Oh, no, there's a bit of stuff in the... Oh, hang on. Right, we've got the clothing rack, which has one single white T-shirt. Oh, no, I think... Might have a black T-shirt, but because there's a shadow, I can't see it. And then downstairs... Oh no, I was excited. I thought something was happening downstairs, but it's actually a red car reflected into the window. So I think, again, we have nobody downstairs, just the uniform white hangers, which are an improvement. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if anyone returns, because they're definitely not in now. So let's see if anyone returns. This is a tarot deck in full flow, I can tell you. My God. Okay. If you haven't seen my shadow reading yet, and I think I'm going to do another one of those as well, because I'm really feeling it massively, and this reading is saying it as well. And they keep doing that. And I've learnt now, spiritually, when it keeps happening, take a notice of it. Okay. Cripes. We got the Devil in reverse as our overall energy card. I like getting the Devil in reverse because it's showing that you are managing to process stuff, that you're being cathartic, that stuff is coming out. It's not the easiest energy in the world. And this is what I think we've been experiencing recently, that it's not the easiest energy in the world. And that we also need to process and let go of something, even if we don't particularly feel like it. Then we have, and we never feel like it, it's kind of what they call doing the work. I know, that might have to go into my little bad word box with moist and nourish and inner child and journey, which are technically inner child is 2 words, but never mind. We have the 9 of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces. And again, the 9 of Cups is saying to you, as always, it's an emotional wish card. What do you want? Not what you think you want, not what their story of you about what you might want, but your own private, personal, weird Pisces wants. So, what are your dreams? You know, I find this very difficult. Like, people say, well, if you had £1 million, what would you do? And because I think that, I thought, if I had £1 million, would I still make these daily videos? I would. So I suppose that passes some kind of test. But I'm not sure what the test is. So I guess if you were completely free, and then we could argue that you are completely free. We're getting into free will and determination and all that kind of stuff. Never ends well. So let's just say it's going to give me maths face and we've got the 9 of Cups, and you jolly well should come up with what you like in a sort of dreamlike way and don't apologise for it like we said yesterday. We've got the 9 of Swords. There is some racking of, what do they call it? There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I think that might be from the Gospel of St. Mark or something like that. Weeping and the gnashing of teeth. I'm noticing barefoot, vulnerability, and the 9 swords overhead, which is like, I would say normally it's overthinking and being up at night, but I actually think in this instance that it's justified. I do. I think it's justified. So we're not apologising for that, and I'm not apologising for that. That's just a bit of a long, dark night of the soul. And I think, well, if you look at the next card, it will explain it. Whereas the 9 of Cups is Jupiter in Pisces, which is like a planet of luck and fortune and expansion and zippity-doo-dah, you then have the 8 of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces. And Saturn is in Pisces and will be for quite a while longer. And I can tell you now, she says, scratching her own eczema, that when Saturn is in Pisces, I feel a bit like I'm on the rack. I remember it last time. God, it was ages ago. It was like, I don't even remember when, like 2010 or something like that. But when Saturn's in Pisces, it's about walking away from abandoned cups, abandoned dreams, you know, something you once loved. It's an 8 and it has an eclipse. So I think the cycle coming up for us between the 10th of March and the 25th of March is an incredibly interesting cycle to observe, okay? Then we have the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is a card of escape, but I don't think this is escape. I think it's more the best way forward. Which way shall I float? You know, which in itself is an ambiguous question, because when you float, you're not normally directing yourself, but you've got to somehow in Pisces season and also leading up to the eclipse, find a way that you are floating downstream with a degree of free will, but also the ability to go where the current takes you. I mean, that is a lot for us humans to do, but give it a whirl. Yeah, give it a whirl. We've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is actually the card you want in reverse, because you are coming home when you get the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. It normally has people who are away from home and they're struggling, but they're not taking whatever is offered. So this is a card of homing, of coming home, of coming back to yourself, which I rather like. Have a good weekend. Leave me a comment and tell me what you're doing for the weekend or what you're not doing for the weekend. Tell me what you had for breakfast. I always want to know, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.